Huh. Okay. I'm live on YouTube. Oops, what did I do that for? I need to show my chat. Let's pop out my chat. Pop out. I'm going to do a timestamp too, I think. Oh, that's nice. It's not clean. There we go. There I am. I've got fake eyebrows on. I've got Zoom eyebrows on. Top chat. If you want relay chat. Timestamps in case I miss somebody. Okay. Holiday weekend. Probably won't get anybody in here. That's fine. I forgot it was the holiday. Hope everybody's doing well out there. To give you guys a minute to catch up. What's in my hair? I can't tell if that's a picture behind me or if it's in my hair. Must be the picture behind me. It might be my ear. Don't know. So today I think is the end of my 5th month. I might be a week off. I might be a week off, but it's close. Almost my end of my 5th month. And I started, oh, excuse me. I started losing weight 3 weeks ago. And as of 4 days ago, I was down 10 pounds. And then I gained 2 or 3 pounds. I gained some back. I don't know why. Nothing has changed. I got down to 192 on the 17th, which was what, 12 days ago? Then I went up to not 193.4 on the 2 days later. And the next day, 194.4. And the 23rd, I was at 194.8, it looks like. And then I went down to 193 on the 24th, 192 on the 25th. So I'm losing like 2 or 3 pounds a day, which is really weird. And on the 26th, I got down to 191.4, and I'm like, yay, it's moving in the right direction. On the 27th, which was 2 days ago, I got to 190.6, and that's 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds, right? In 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And then, 28th, I finally broke 190. I went down to 189.8. Yay. And I was all excited. And then yesterday I was at 190.6. And I thought, today I was at 191.2. So I went up from my lowest 2 days ago was 189. I went up 2 pounds in 2 days. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I've been eating a lot of pork, which I don't really like, but I ran out of beef. Hey, whoever's there, I see you. Good to see you out there. Yeah, so I've been eating pork. Don't like it. I like seafood, but it's expensive. So I think what I'm going to do is, since I gained 2 pounds in 2 days, what did I eat yesterday? I think I had pork belly for breakfast. Might have been too much fat. I don't know. And then for supper, I had a pork chop. So after what I ate, oh wait, I had a pork chop and I had deviled eggs. It might be the deviled, I don't know. Not sure. Because I wanted to make sure I had enough protein because that was a lot of fat. So I had 4 deviled eggs, which is four eggs. It's a lot for me, but I wanted to eat it and see how I felt. And I was really stuffed. I almost couldn't. It's like, I don't know if I want to eat the rest of this, but I ate it. And that could be, and I ate it at about 5 o'clock. So I was thinking about doing a fast today, but I'm pretty hungry right now, which I shouldn't be. but I am. So it makes me think I probably ate too late last night. But autophagy should be kicking in, should start, or ketosis should start kicking in. I'm still taking my aspirin. Have it right here. Take it every morning. Taking my choline, which I haven't taken yet. Choline and magnesium. And at night I take D3, 50,000 units. I'll take D3 with magnesium because you really need magnesium with your D3 and K2. So I put those together. Because I do think I'm really low in magnesium because I was getting a lot of twitching recently. It was my right eye. If your left eyelid twitches, excuse me, generally stress, it's the adrenals. And my left eyelid would twitch. Even when I was a little kid, it would twitch really bad. I got hiccups or something. But my right eye was twitching really bad. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I was getting cramps in my legs and couldn't figure. So I'm getting hiccups. Um, Getting cramps in my when I'd stretch, and my right calf was feeling really tight, like it wanted to cramp. And I'm like, yeah, I think so I started taking more magnesium. Instead of just taking one 500 milligram pill a day, I'm taking two. So I think that's probably going to help. Dr. Berg did a talk yesterday on a little bit on magnesium, which was said you can be really low in magnesium even if you're taking it for quite a while because your body's trying to grab onto it. That could be. That could be. I am noticing these pants I've got on before, was it a month ago when I had them put them on? I had muffin top, but they're fitting around my waist right now. They're not tight. So, and they're elasticized. I've had these things for years, my fat pants. So I am down some weight. And I'm noticing in my face too. I'm losing a little bit in my face and a little bit here in my neck. I'll be glad when all this is gone. My gobbles. The gobbles go away when I lose weight. I noticed when I lost weight before, all this went away, which was good. So whoever was here is gone now. So anyway, this is probably gonna be really, really short. Probably my shortest one because I don't really have much to talk about other than I gained 2 pounds over the last 2 days, and I'll probably lose 2 pounds. Or I've lost up to 2 pounds overnight, which is weird. Like I said, I don't know why. Drinking plenty of water. Um, feel okay. Yesterday, it's really weird. If I do like if I walk out to the shed and back, by the time I get back, and it's a distance, probably a block away, city block, probably. And you start walking back, the backs of my legs are hurting and I'm tired. It's like I just want to lay down. So I don't know what's going on with it. I still have that exhaustion stuff, and it's been hot, but not that hot. I'm getting hot flashes, which could be from I did make the MCT uh mayonnaise, and I did mix the eggs, the yolks in that yesterday. And it might be that I'm just burning off things. I don't know, because I'm getting random hot flashes a couple, 2, 3 times a day, but they're not like sweltering horrible, but it's enough that I'm uncomfortable. So I'm turning the fan on. But yeah, I still have some problems with the energy. Not sure why. Got no idea. It's got to be a nutrient issue. So uh, I'm working on it. When I remember to, I take my iodine, take quite a bit of that. Dr. Brownstein talked about that, and he said if you take it, most people, it takes them a year of supplementation to get their iodine levels to normal. Said almost everybody, he said, unless you're eating sushi nori every single day, you're going to be low in iodine. It's just how our food system's set up. So it's good to take. I take Lugol's. I take about a third of a dropper a day when I think about it. I try to take it every day, but I don't always. And sometimes that can help with energy. But ever since I got COVID, I've been kind of wiped out. So, I mean, not really bad, but I went through a period of time where it was really bad up until when I started taking salt, the iodized salt, not iodized, but sea salt. That helped quite a bit. So my electrolytes were probably really low. I'll take those in the morning in hot water, and then I'll take in the afternoon. I'll sprinkle them in over some ice cubes in a glass and drink some electrolyte water, or pour flavored seltzer water in it. So anyway, I'm looking pretty bad today, but that's all right. I get to start Ken Berry's thing, counseling classes Monday. I need to do some boning up on that today. I've got lots to do today. I've got to paint, got to scrub some wood stuff down and then paint it. Put first coat, probably take about 4 coats of paint, then some decorative stuff on it. Got things to take out to the shed and put away because winters are coming. I think we're going to have an early winter, unfortunately. They're saying for the east, from the 2/3 of the east part of the country, or 3/4 of the east part of the country, are going to have really cold weather this year. They are saying that we're going to have more moisture than usual. So I'm praying to God that we just have, where I am in the valley, that it's not cold. I don't mind rain. I can deal with rain. It gets depressing, but I can deal with it. I just hate the snow. I hate it. It gets ugly and it's hard to get around in. It's hard to feed the birds outside. Um, it's to me, I hate it. Snow is very depressing. So, and it's cold. 5 months of snow. After 15 minutes, I'm done with snow. I'm like, oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm done. We're spring. So yeah, I'm hoping that God gives us a wet year. It needs to have snow in the mountains for the water, the snowpack for the water in the spring and that, but down low, we don't need it that bad. Yeah, so I'm at 1,400 foot sea level from sea level. So it's pretty low. Anyway, hello, whoever you are. I see you out there. So yeah, and also as I tend at times to, I'll tell you what, I was talking to my ex the other day. He's down to 192. He says he's done. He's going to go keto now. He's never done keto before. He's asking, what vegetables can I eat? And I said, I told him what he couldn't eat. It's easier to say what you can't eat. But like I said, I'm not going off. I'm doing carnivore now. It's okay. It's doable. Obviously, I've done it for 5 months now. I just don't enjoy it all that much. I like to stay. I don't mind. I never did get tired of having steak every night or for breakfast. Never got old. Steak and eggs, yum. But it does, like, there are just times it's like, oh, I don't want that. I don't, it's like I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat that. And it's like you get tired of it. There's only so much meat. But I do like the prawns. I like the prawns and cod. I'll cook that in butter. It's pretty good, but that's expensive too. So yeah, I'll be going back to keto at some point. But yeah, going up and down. It's funny that how over a couple days I lost weight and over a couple days I gained it back. It's just weird. And like I said, I don't know what it's from. It could be heat, but it hasn't been super hot. Might be that I'm stressed. Could be that, running around doing things, trying to get things done. I've got things. There are things. Oh, and also the Canadian thing with the government trying to double tax me, trying to take care of that. That's no fun. So this might be the stress. It could be a little bit of stress in that. Although I'm not too worried about it because I know God's going to help you take care of it. He'll arrange things that need to be done so they get off my back. There's some things that are bugging us. So I've got Dr. Berry shampoo carpets. I do have to do the carpets upstairs while it's still hot. So because the moisture, we have very arid climate here in the summertime. So shampooing carpets, they can be dry. If I shampoo in the morning, they'll be dry by night. And I should probably do that before I even go outside and do anything. I've got to do my bedroom carpet. What else? I've been on the phone this past week. I was on the phone a lot, more than I hardly ever am. I had to call. Who did I have to call? Called the lawyer twice, up in Canada. And also on the computer, I should say. I had returns to Wayfair. All 3 out of 3 things they sent me were like, one was the wrong size, one was gross, one was defective. They gave me my money back and let me keep the stuff, which is fine, but it's, what am I going to do with it? So what else? Just dealing with a lot of stuff online and trying to get the Dr. Berry thing. I really need to concentrate on that because that does start Monday and I got to get my button gear and get things lined up, what I need to have. I need to get Google Drive set up on my computer. Not quite sure how to use that, but I need to get that set up. Excuse me. I'm excited because if I can do good at that, I've been praying that God helps me to do really, really good at this counseling thing because I want to make some good money. I want to help a lot of people and I want to make some money because I got to get my roof fixed. I need a car. I need this little car I got. I love it. It's so fun. but I just worry, and it's in really good shape, but I just worry that if something goes wrong with it, I can't say I don't have enough money to fix it. So I need to sell that. I don't foresee anything going wrong with it, but just in case it does, I want somebody that gets it to be able to fix it. And I want a car that's good in the snow, that's in case I have to travel to counsel somebody, or I don't know how that's going to work out. I've been considering and doing the up and down thing with the diet right now. I'm glad I finally started losing weight before the class. I almost didn't sign up for it because I wasn't losing weight. I was doing everything right and I wasn't losing weight. Couldn't figure out why. So I had to do some more digging. Well, that's part of being a counselor. You're going to have people that are going to be like me that don't lose weight right away and they need to lose weight badly. And they're not feeling well and they're tired all the time. And nothing that the conventional carnivore people are saying works. So digging into that, listening to various doctors and hearing what they've got to say, even if it doesn't apply to me, I listen because there'll be something else, drop a tidbit that does apply to me somewhere in there. And then it's like, oh, so there's right now with the internet, with YouTube, there's a lot of study tools out there that I can use to watch videos because I'm going to be really concentrating on this class. I'm not going to have a lot of time to do a lot of other things. So I've kind of let my business go a little bit. I do have things I need to do in the house, but I can do that when the weather's crappy. I don't have to do it right now, even though the house, it looks like, oh my God, if I showed you, you'd be like, there are boxes stacked everywhere. There are things stacked everywhere. Um, I need to organize things. I've got so much going on. I'm working. I'm getting a lot done. Yesterday I didn't too much, but I've been pretty busy for the last couple of weeks, every day, outside, inside. Even when it's hot, I was outside doing things, trying to get things. And I can't. I'll tell you what. If you've got thyroid problems or adrenal problems, which are the same thing, uh, heat. You gotta be careful with the heat because it's a stress, and that stress messes with you really bad. So I have to be careful about with super hot. Oh, and the skunk thing. Yeah, had skunk. I still think that might be a demon. Patty had it this morning, or early this morning. And it's about the same time, as a matter of fact. But no, I had my window open. I shut the other one in the bedroom. I have two windows on each side of the bed that open up. It's all one big window, but they open, they slide. So I closed the one thing, and well, if there's a skunk, I don't have to worry about getting out of bed and closing that. So, because usually you'll smell a skunk, right? You get that little whiff, and it's like, ah, man, there's a skunk, and you shut the window before it gets really bad. Well, the other night, it was like somebody just sprayed the room, and it was instant, severe, hardcore skunk. It was so bad. Um, that was Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday because I was up all night because of it. It was so incredibly strong, gasping for air and covering my face, and it didn't help. It got into it was in my hair, it was everywhere. But I jumped up and slammed the window shut and shut the door. Well, I saw, no, I didn't shut the door yet. I saw Haas a couple seconds later jump up on my bedstand, and I thought it was him. And so I went near him to sniff, and I couldn't smell any stronger on him. And I couldn't figure that out. But he ate, and then he tried getting on the bed, and I'd shoot him off the bed just in case, because I wasn't sure. And he walked outside the door and laid down, because it was strong for him too, because he left the room and he went and laid down in the hallway. And I shut the door, and it was 82 degrees in the room. Oh my God, I can't open the window. It's so hot in here. And the fan had been going. So the fan stirred the room up really fast. Anyway, a few minutes later, I don't know what I was doing. I went out into the hallway, and I couldn't smell skunk out there. So I knew it wasn't Haas because he was laying there. It was in the room. And I thought, well, after an hour, maybe I'll open the window. Well, it was still so incredibly strong. I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep all night. It was horrible. I got up the next morning, opened the door, and it was still super strong in the room. I mowed the lawn. Like an hour later, I went right past that window. There was no smell outside. There was no smell outside. And I'm like, how is it so strong in the room? It's like somebody sprayed the room. I woke up in the morning and I was spitting. I had skunk breath. It was in my mouth. I had a bloody nose. I had not really bad, but I had a bloody nose and I had a bloody throat. But yeah, it was really weird. It was in the room, not outside. And I opened up the front bedroom door to go in for something, and I could smell skunk in there. The windows were all shut in there. So it was weird that like the skunk went from my room to the other bedroom, and the hallway was clear. There was no skunk smell in the hallway. And the other bedroom door was shut all night. So I don't know how the smell got in there, but it was in there. Whole house, after I opened up the bedroom door and I started the fans up and started airing the house out, the whole house smelled like skunk for days. I did some air freshener stuff, and I left the windows open and let the breeze blow through, and finally got it cleared out of here. But no, it's bad. It is really bad. And I had to. Then hospice appeared. I'm like, oh geez. So there was, I guess, a bit of stress in the last few days. That's probably why I didn't lose. But yeah, stress will do that. Hi, Leanne. How are you? In the walls? Yeah, they're not in the walls. It was just that one time that happened. I've had them walk by the window before. It's good to see you, yeah. It's been a long time. I've had them walk by the window before, but you always get that light whiff of it. And so and you can jump up and close the window. You'll still have a little bit, but it's not, this was bad. I've been around a skunk that was dead that somebody had shot, but it sprayed. And it was a lot like that. It just got into everything, probably in my hair still. But no, somebody else asked me that too, but there's no way they can get in there. And it was the bedroom sits up about my window sits up probably 10 feet off the ground. So whatever it was outside the window, they wouldn't be up that high into the building. Uh, and there was no other, I mean, after that was aired out, it didn't happen. I mean, it's not there now, but it was just strange the way it happened. And I know that demons can manifest stuff like that. So it might have been that. I don't know. Just something to annoy me. But I had the lawyer, I had the skunk, I had hospice appearing, I had problems with orders, I had several things I had to take care of this week. They just all piled on at once. It's like, oh, are you kidding me? So hopefully that's the end of that for a while. Oh, I got the lawn mowed. That was another stressor. I did that. Well, Wednesday. It was Wednesday morning because the skunk showed up late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, and I was not wanting. I was so tired. It was like 105 degrees. I didn't realize, well, 93 when I went out to get on the lawnmower at 1 o'clock. But I found out later my thermometer was off. I was using the wrong one, and it was like 105. I thought, man, it was hot, but I have 2.5 acres to mow, and it takes hours to mow this lawn. And I remember towards the end of it, I was getting so tired. It's like, nope, you got to finish. You got to finish because as soon as you're done, you got to go take a shower and you're going to be covered in dirt. And I had allergies kicking in. That was another thing. So I guess I had a lot of stress this week. I kept sneezing and coughing because it's super dry here. This time of year when everything's dry. And a lot of the area I had to mow, I'd be stuck in dirt clouds. It was just clouds and clouds of dirt churning from the mower. Um, and I was sneezing and coughing, getting hives. There was something I hit. Oh no, you still got health problems. Well, I'll pray that you clear up. I know a lot of people ask if anybody's seen you. It's good to see you out there. Yeah, and health issues do suck. I are you on keto? Keto clears up a lot of stuff. It just does. Um, and try that, and you'll see a lot of things do go away. And like, I didn't think I'd ever do carnivore, but I wasn't losing weight on keto, and I was getting it. Things weren't working. I've heard that before from other people. They said things aren't working. So I'm guessing that whatever's going on is they are doing something to the keto food. What you normally would eat for keto, you'll have to be very careful with it because I think they're starting to poison that stuff too. But doing carnivore, there's not much they can do to poison the food because the ruminant meat, where they eat beef, the toxins are kind of worked out the body by going through the 4 different stomach chambers, and eggs. they're encapsulated. You can get through chicken feed, you might get trace stuff, but it's all, they can't directly spray poison inside the egg. They can't directly spray poison inside the cow or the pig or whatever. So it's more of an encapsulated food source that it's harder for them to contaminate. You need B1, guarantee you. Did you know this? Congestive heart failure is caused by low vitamin B1. That's according to Dr. Joel Wallach. That's not from me, but I did use it on my dad. His fingernails were as white as these. They were paper white. He'd lost feeling in his feet. They were going to lop his feet off. They wanted to give him a pacemaker. How much are you taking? Enough? Anyway, he started taking B1, and within 3 days, men should not have cold hands. If a guy has cold hands, I know they're low in B1. But I remember my dad's hands were cold, and he started taking the B1, and within 3 days, he started getting color back in his fingernails and his feet. Getting feeling in his feet. So he, Dr. Wallach said after 2 weeks, it will clear up. You can take, there's a synthetic form that they say you should, Dr. Berg said, take that for the first month. It's really strong. He says, take that. And then after that, get on the natural stuff. Let me see how much I'm taking. Yeah, this is Carlisle. Seems like the brand I always get. I don't know if you'll be able to see this with my background on. It's disappearing and coming in. I'll just turn off my background. I can figure out how to do it. Background. None. There you go. Okay, this is the B1 that I take, Carlisle, and it's 500 milligrams. I take that once a day. So there are 200 in this bottle, and the bottle didn't cost that much. And I think this is thiamine mononitrate. It's got some calcium in it too, which I don't like. But since I'm taking K2, that helps with the calcium issues. I don't know why they put calcium in there, probably as a filler. Okay, where'd my chat go? Where did my chat go? Here it is. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. But I got this off of Amazon. I buy a lot of Carlisle. It seems like they're a good brand. So try taking more and see if that helps. Your body might be resistant to it. Oh, I think you need to take magnesium with vitamin B1. I'd have to look that up. Seems like you do. I think you do because it'll help. Otherwise, it doesn't absorb very well. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, Dr. Berry or Dr. Berg talked about this some time ago. Okay. Are you taking magnesium? Here we go. You need magnesium. You might be just really low in magnesium too. Most people are. Dr. Berg said yesterday, some people are so low in magnesium that they have to take a lot and it takes months to get enough in their system. It says you may benefit from taking B1 with magnesium because magnesium is required for thiamine to be absorbed. Okay, take them together. Take your magnesium. What type of magnesium is it? Interesting. Taking them together can support nervous system function, psychological function, and energy production, and is a common practice in high dose thiamine therapies to prevent deficiency. Yeah, the type of magnesium you're taking is really important. And I can tell you right now, let's see. There's one that specifically benefits the heart, and I think, let me I see what it is. Citrate. Okay. You need the magnesium glycinate. Try taking that. Magnesium glycinate is a form of magnesium supplement that may provide benefits for heart health. It is essential for maintaining regular heartbeat, can improve electrical signals that control the heart's rhythm, reducing the risk of arrhythmias, which Pam has and I get. That's the reason when I know I'm really low in magnesium, I get arrhythmia. And I had that a couple days ago, so I need to up my magnesium a little bit. And I'm taking quite a bit of magnesium. Um, Plus, it's in my. Yeah, I just got another bottle. Let me grab it. I got this from Amazon also. This is 400 milligrams, and I'm taking it twice a day. There are 180 in here. But this and the B1 together, I can't stand the smell of B1. It's gross, but when I'm fasting, I don't take B vitamins because they make me sick. So magnesium is an antioxidant that may help protect the heart from damage caused by oxidative stress. You take it with dinner to help you sleep. You don't have to eat with magnesium. You can take it separately, but take your B1. I would do at lunchtime, take your B1 and your magnesium together at lunchtime. And then just take another, but the citrate stuff is okay. But if you have heart problems, which you do, obviously, and you're taking B1 and you've got congestive heart failure, that tells me that you're not getting enough or it's not being absorbed. So you need to take these two together. Lunchtime, uh, that's what I would do. Take it at lunchtime, just in case you have a sensitive stomach. It's usually B6 that bothers my stomach because I have taken the B1 with either just before or just after I ate, and it didn't bother me then. But I don't like taking the chance because once you get that icky stomach feeling, it doesn't go away for a whole day. It feels horrible. So that's what I would do is I would take that at lunchtime. That way, if you're because the magnesium, it sounds like you're low in that too. So it's not, I'd take it twice a day. Just try it and see how you feel. And if you don't feel good, don't do it. You should know fairly quickly, but probably you're low in magnesium. According to Dr. Berg, he says a lot of people. He says it's like an epidemic in the United States. Low magnesium. Lowers blood pressure too. You take B6 in the morning. Well, you can take B1 with it. You can take the B1 and just take magnesium. Just make sure you add the magnesium. Take your B1 in the morning with your B6 and your magnesium. Then in the evening, but make sure it's magnesium glycinate. And I think they have this. You know what? They have this at Walmart. I've been in three different times, and they've got like 8 or 10 different types of glycinate, and they're all gone. People know about this stuff. And there's a lot of carnivores around here too. I don't know who the health person is that got them started on that. Somebody, because I go in to get certain things at the store and it's all gone. It's all stuff that's recommended from people that do the carnivore and do the health stuff. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, so try that and see if that doesn't help. Says glycinate is generally safe. It may cause side effects in some individuals, such as diarrhea, nausea, or abdominal cramps. If you're taking it food, it shouldn't do anything. Important to avoid taking more than the recommended dosage. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so it'll help protect your heart from damage too. But that's what I would do. I mean, it's food source stuff. Um, if it was me, if I was you and I found out I had congestive heart failure and I was already taking magnesium, I'd look at the type, which I just did. Oh, so we need glycinate instead. There's another one because there's 4 different kinds of really good magnesiums. There's some like oxalate, or is it Oxide. Do not take magnesium oxide. It's really not that good. It's only tiny little bit gets absorbed. It's really a waste of money. Um, but there's four different kinds of really good ones. The one is specifically good for the heart. One is good. Glycinate is really easily absorbed too. It's probably the most absorbable form of magnesium, so that should help you turbocharge a little bit and see if that doesn't help within about a week or two. See how your congestive heart. Are your hands cold? Your feet cold? Have you got white nails? Because that's a circulation issue. That's why the hands are cold. And that's why the nails turn white. My dad, I didn't realize it. I thought it was anemia because, oh, your nails turn white if you got anemia. Not like this. His were paper white. They literally looked like this. I had a picture of him sitting on the back porch, digging into a rib, and I saw his fingers, his fingernails. They were white, and that was years before we found out. Yeah, do that, Leanne. I think you're going to notice a big difference. The citrate's good. Um, it's good. It's not bad type. What you could do is, yeah. So you're not as bad as he was. Um, the citrate you can take at night. It'll help you relax. This stuff does too, though. I take this at night. I take this with my D3 at night. I take D3 at night because my body needs to metabolize it at night. That's when the best time to absorb it is, as I understand it, uh, as of today. But I found out take magnesium with your D3 to help the D3 absorb. And I do have absorption issues with D3. So, but yeah, you can take the glycinate, you can take the citrate. You're probably taking Natural Calm. If you're taking Natural Calm, that's what's in Natural Calm. It's that type of magnesium is magnesium citrate. That's why it bubbles up, and they put things in there with it to fizz and all that. It's pretty absorbable also, but the glycinate seems to be the one everybody's going for right now. But yeah, hopefully that helps with a lot of your problems. But I would definitely look into keto. It's not that hard anymore. There's so many people that are doing it. There are recipes. My gosh, there are things that after you're on it for a few months, nothing, no substitute, no food substitute is going to taste exactly like what you're used to. Like if you're going to have a pancake, uh, you have a keto pancake, it's not going to taste exactly the same. But after you've been on it for several months, it's like, better than not having any at all. It tastes pretty good actually, and you get to where you actually really like it, and your tastes will change to where you don't like other things you used to like. Uh, and it might be the addictive crap they put in the food now that causes that people to want it. And then after you're away from the addiction, the addictive chemicals, all of a sudden you don't want it anymore, or it doesn't taste the same. It just tastes like, oh, that's awful. It's like, that's awful. So carnivore or keto is a good way to see if what you're eating is causing. Yeah, I think you're supposed to take it at night, Leanne. From what I've been, but if it's working for you, that's fine. I don't think it's bad to take it in the morning, but it's better to take it at night. How's that? Yeah, it's not bad. It's just better to take it at night because apparently, as your body rests, it utilizes that D3. It processes it better. That was my understanding. Although scientific things, opinions change. Everybody has one, so if it's working for you, go for it. Um, but no, like chaffles. Everybody likes chaffles. It's weird. Even if you're not keto, you like chaffles. I make a no-bake cheesecake that is way better than cheesecake. I don't know why I ever ate cheesecake. I didn't really like it all that much, but I love no-bake cheesecake. And it's super easy to make. It's like 4 ingredients: cream cheese, whipped cream, vanilla, and a sweetener. Oh, my sister even she couldn't stop eating it. She loved it so much. She said, "Oh my God, I love this stuff." Yeah, it's really good. There are keto things you can eat, but it's good. What you do is you stop eating sugar and you stop eating grains, and that's the crux of it. But you also don't eat starches, like potatoes. There's certain vegetables you stay away from because the carbs that you eat turn to sugar in your system, and that sugar messes with your body. It messes with healing. Sugar messes horribly with healing. If you have cancer, it feeds cancer. Cancer eats sugar. That's how it survives. A lot of people do carnivore to get rid of their cancer, which is interesting. Very interesting. There's been quite a few that have had great success with it. Um, kidney problems, thyroid problem, a lot of things. It's what we're eating, unfortunately. And it's not because the food is inherently toxic, it's the crap they're doing to it. You look at, I was showing old pictures last night on my show of people, and in the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, the kids were skinny, they were healthy, the mom was skinny and healthy. And I looked at what was in her basket, and they're all climbing over a soda pop. The whole display was soda pop, and they were grabbing it. They've changed things. They've done things to our food to make us look like this. Okay, 13 vitamins. I'll tell you what, you have to be careful with your vitamins, but high blood pressure, most people are on blood pressure medicines. Those are can be regulated by what you eat. They can be how do you call it? They can your problems can be worse by what you're eating. I know that people that there's only two people that did not get off their thyroid medicine when they did keto. I have everybody I've talked to gets off their thyroid medicine when they do keto. And these two were a mom and a son. And so I knew right away it was what they were eating because they were in the same house. They lived in the same house. And they claimed they were doing keto and they weren't losing weight and they weren't feeling better and they weren't blah, 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 blah. And I said, what are you eating? Are you doing, oh, yeah, we've been doing keto religiously. And it turned out, no, they weren't. They weren't. They were eating a whole bunch of stuff they weren't supposed to be eating because they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't want to know. They wanted to eat that stuff. And so you have to make a commitment. I want to eat this or do I want to get off my medicine and feel better? Do I want my life back? Do I want to not have pain anymore? Um, Feed the party? Never heard of it before, Leanne. Huh, never heard of it. I get my stuff from Costco. I get the cheapest stuff I can get because that's all I can afford. I'll never, well, maybe if I make some money someday. Um, I can't afford what do they eat? No, steak. What is it they eat? I see them cutting into these big old steaks, and it's something that all the carnivores eat. And I'm like, one steak is $30. Are you freaking kidding me? I ain't eating that. Get out of here. $30 for a steak. That's a store-bought steak that you have to cook yourself, not tri-tip. I can't remember what they call them. Anyway, I can't afford that. And so I go to Costco and they just raised the price. It was $5.99 a pound. Now it's $7.99 or $7.50 a pound for a chuck roast. And I get the roast and I chop it up into steaks and wrap it up and throw it in the freezer and I pull one out when I want to eat it. So for me, it's about $50 for a steak, but the steak is like that, and I can eat off of that for probably a week and a half. Excuse me, $1.89 for 20 steaks. It's about $8 a steak. And if that's all you eat every day, you can live really well on just steak and your health will improve. The reason I didn't do carnivore and I thought it was a bunch of, remember when it came out, when I first noticed it years ago, when I was looking into keto, I think it's just little sprinkles here and there, not carnivore. And I looked at that, oh, that's so silly. Why would somebody do that? You can't live on that. And you can't just live on meat. And I thought, why would they do that? And I thought it was crazy. And then I realized one day about, I don't know, almost a year ago now, I got thinking about it, I thought, Eskimos lived on just meat. They never had vegetables. They never had fruit. All they had was meat and they lived just fine. And the light bulb came on. Oh, so you don't need vegetables. You don't need fruit. So this is interesting. Then I started looking into it seriously because I realized it's not as silly as I thought. These people, I mean, there were doctors, there were really smart people doing it, and they were doing it for a long time. They weren't just doing it for like a couple of months and quitting. And I looked at it, but I didn't really want to do it because when I first started keto, there weren't that many food choices with keto either, and it was very restrictive at the time. Excuse me, like 7 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. And as time went on, people devised things, so it wasn't so bad. But I just like, "Ah, I don't really want to do it. I don't want to do it." But I got, after my kitty disappeared last August, uh, I got very depressed. I started gaining weight. I didn't put the two together until several months ago, but I started getting really depressed and I was just gaining and just a little bit here, a little bit there. And I could tell I was getting heavier. Certain things I noticed, like I couldn't put my arm against my side without a lump being here that was cutting off my circulation in my arm. At night when I laid down, my boob would come up over my neck and suffocate me. That's how I could always tell when I was getting really fat, which I did. And then I couldn't stop it. When I realized I was gaining weight, I couldn't stop it. I wasn't changing anything with the way I ate. And I was like freaking out a little bit. And I talked to my ex-boyfriend, Bill, February. And he said, "Hey, I started carnivore." And I said, "What?" Because he didn't do keto, he didn't do nothing. He just started carnivore. So what on earth got you to do that? Well, his son is special forces, and special forces does carnivore a lot. They do it a lot because it helps build muscle and get rid of fat and helps with the brain, helps with all kinds of things. So that's, those boys know what they're doing. Anyway, he said, I'm gonna do it. So he did it and he didn't lose any weight the first month, but he was sticking to it. I mean, he was hardcore, hard nosed because his son was kind of coaching him a little bit. And he didn't lose any weight the first month, but then when he did, he started losing it pretty fast. Well, I didn't lose any weight the first month that I went on it, but I know what it was Jill. Jill K came in and she's like, "Oh," she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I've been doing carnivore." And she goes, "I've lost a ton of weight." And she showed me before and after pictures. And I thought it was kind of weird that my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, and then Jill, like within the month, it was just before Easter. It was like the week before Easter, on a Wednesday before Easter. And I thought, "Oh, okay, Jill's talking about it." She actually fasted for 4 days before she started. And she was drinking pop and she was eating, I don't know, ding dongs, whatever. She was eating junk food, literal junk food, right? And I wasn't. I was doing keto. I had been doing keto. So my diet was very clean. Hers was not, but she noticed results really quickly. But I think it was the fast that she did. She got sick from going off of a gabapentin, very bad drug to come off of, and she'd run out, so she had to quit cold turkey, and it probably almost killed her. But she didn't eat for 4 days, and she said when she finally did eat, the only thing that sounded good was meat, was steak, and so that's what she ate. But I think that 4 day fast is what kicked her body out of that crazy state of having all the sugar and carbs and all that stuff, and it kind of cleared her up so that when she started losing weight right away. And she showed me pictures of herself before she lost the weight, and she looked like she could have been her grandma. She looked so good. Afterwards, you got to see her. She's muscular, and she's, how old is she? Late 60s, I think. She sure doesn't look it, but she went from looking like she was older than her age to looking way younger than her age. And she showed me her biceps, and I was like, she looked like Papa. She looked like a bodybuilder. She looked like a bodybuilder, and she said, "I don't lift weights." It was amazing what it did for her, but she's a big proponent of it now. She goes to all the meetups, and she's in the groups that do all that. And right now, it's kind of cutting edge. Not a lot of people are aware of it. They're learning very quickly, though. But no, she did that. I noticed that I didn't lose weight for 4 months. When I finally lost weight 3 weeks ago was when I did a 2 day fast. And I started taking the aspirin. And I decided, because I thought I got to do something. I got to change something because I'm not losing weight. Something's going on. But I didn't lose weight with keto for the first 4 months either. So it's my system probably. But then I found out I had fatty liver, or no, insulin resistance. I knew I had insulin resistance because I had the symptoms of it. So I started doing papaya leaf tea. This aspirin is supposed to help with insulin resistance. They said they just took 181 milligram pill a day, and after 6 months, 30% of their insulin resistance was gone just from taking aspirin. I thought, I can do that. That's cheap. So I went and bought some aspirin. That day, I think I went into town and bought some aspirin. What else was I doing? The papaya leaf tea, because I thought most people that have the insulin resistance have a fatty liver. I thought, well, even though I was doing keto, I shouldn't have, but maybe I did. So I did papaya leaf tea, which I do every morning. I didn't have any energy, so I took salt in the morning in hot water, the Himalayan salt, and that helped. It helped a lot with energy. I mean, like I'm not like bouncing off the walls, but I could get up. Taking a shower would exhaust me, and I could barely get dressed after a shower. I was so exhausted. I just lay down. I couldn't literally could not do anything. I was exhausted from doing nothing, and it was getting worse, but now it's getting better. So, um, what else have I done? Something. I've done something else, but oh, I've been taking this stuff, the magnesium glycinate too, taking that twice a day with now that it's like B1, you got to take a B1. Our B1 has to have magnesium with it, and so does D3 for new people coming in. Um, you take baby aspirin. You know what? Walmart did not have baby aspirin. I looked, and all of their natural aspirin was on the very bottom shelf, and there were only like 8 different kinds. But this was the Equate was the cheapest. That's what I got because it's all aspirin. But yeah, all the covered with Motrin and Aleve and all these other things. But natural aspirin was on the bottom shelf. They didn't want you taking it. Oh, you're here sometimes? Oh, good. I'm glad, Leon. Um, yeah, Jill was the one she was talking. She, oh, you ought to do it. She kept trying to talk me into it. You ought to do it. You really ought to do it. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Just meat. Are you kidding me? Boring. Boring. I was worried about being super bored with it, which I kind of did get there, but it's like once I make my mind up to do something, I'm generally pretty good about it. And yesterday I had some grapes, some table grapes off the vine outside because they're just coming on. And last week I think I had two. And that might be why I gained weight overnight, was having a little bit of grapes. Don't know. It might not be, might be. But I just had a little bit of grapes because it's not like I'm never going to eat this ever again in my whole life. No. I had a few and I made sure I could have eaten they're all out there. I just had a little handful of them, probably 10 grapes. And they're little tiny things like that. And I just wanted to see how I felt. Felt fine afterwards, so I don't have any reaction to them. But it's not something I would normally do. But I thought, well, I want to see. I want to see what happens because I am going to go back on keto at some point. Once I get all my weight off with carnivore, I'm going to start easing back into keto, and see, because that way I can tell if I'm going to be having problems. Am I reacting to ketchup? Am I reacting to soy sauce? You can tell pretty quickly. Your body knows really fast because you'll get hives or you'll get sick or whatever. You get yours delivered from Walmart. That's weird because they didn't have any at the store I was in. Um, It's too bad you don't know somebody that go to Costco and get the meat for you, but yeah, you get what you can afford. But I was talking about the keto. Every single person I know that went on keto got off their medicines, their blood pressure medicine, their um, thyroid medicine, you name it. They were medicine free. And it's the same with carnivore. Carnivore is the same thing. They get off all their meds. Some people are on like 17, not 17, how many was it? 13 different medicines and just doing keto. Got off all, and they've been on their medicine since they were kids and they were in their 50s. So it tells you it's the food, man. It's the stuff. And it's not, Dr. Berry, the one thing I don't agree with him on is he said it's that carnivore is the proper human diet and it's how we're supposed to eat. And we're not supposed to eat plants because plants have things in them that put off toxins so that we don't eat. It's like, no, I don't believe that because the Bible has the diet God gave us, it said when Adam and Eve sinned, we ate herbs. That's what the herbs of the ground is what the Bible said. That's what God gave us to eat. And that's normal to eat that stuff. But it's not okay to eat that now because of what they've done to our food. Look, Bill Gates wants to make butter out of poop. He's actively working to do that. So you look at what they're doing to our food. They're trying to get us to stop eating meat. How convenient with carnivore. People have been living on carnivore for 15 years, 16 years now, and just as healthy as can be. It's just, but if you eat what's in the grocery store now, like if you go and eat the standard American diet, the food pyramid is upside down. But if you eat what's on there now, it's like you get how many people did you know that had celiac disease as a kid? I had never even heard of it. Nobody I knew had that. Diverticulosis. Nobody I knew had that. Um, COPD. Nobody had that. None of this stuff was happening. And it's like, And then you take the drugs for it, and then the drugs have side effects. Once they get you on one drug, they've got you because all those drugs have a side effect. It's a cascading failure. And eventually you'll end up in a wheelchair and dead. Bill Gates is I think he's his best buddy. That's for sure. Yeah, it's nice that they've got home delivery for stuff now. It does help with things, but you have to know what to get. Um, yeah, it's sad what's happening. But people are fighting back, and that's the whole thing. I think they're going to start pushing back. If it wasn't for President Trump in office, we'd all be eating poison. They wouldn't even allow people like Dr. Barry or Dr. Berg. They'd be off. They'd be gone because they want us dead. So anyway, it's something to think about is to look into keto first. Try keto first. I never could fast before I started keto. I would get sick. I'd get very sick if I fasted. So I had or super bad thyroid. I had extremely bad thyroid from stress. It was all stress. Looking back on it now, lots of research I did. It was all stress caused. But I couldn't do. I couldn't. It would almost kill me. I mean, I was ill, sick, ill from fasting. And even now, I'm not a good faster. I don't feel good. Like right now, I'm fasting. Um, I don't feel good. I don't feel that great. Water fasts. People do water fasts. Some people do butter fasts, sardine fasts. Shouldn't be called a fast, but they'll just eat all they can eat is sardines for a day, or all they can eat is butter. I like butter, but not enough to do that. Yuck. Um, but they'll have these little fastings like that. But a water fast is your traditional fast where you don't eat food, just drink water or coffee with nothing in it for 24 hours or 48. Dr. Berg said it's 72 hours to get the autophagy to really kick in. And autophagy, when you have that kick in, what it does is your body will eat up scar tissue, things that garbage. It's like a little Pac-Man that goes around and eats up all the garbage stuff. Like if you've got stretch marks, it'll get rid of those. If you got wrinkles, like bad wrinkles, it'll start with the fine stuff and it'll start chowing down, taking all the oxidation. It removes the oxidation. And it's really actually a good thing. But 3 days of fasting, that's a commitment. If you stay busy, if you're in a busy time of year where you can keep busy and moving, excuse me, you don't notice it as much because you're busy. And if you're doing carnivore or keto, you had sardines for lunch? I had some sardines. They were in something and they were awful and I threw them away. Can't remember. It was like tomato sauce or something. They were terrible. You can do mackerel like in brine, but just no sugar. No, you don't want any carbs in it. Keep the carbs out because your body will jump on burning those instead of fat. But what happens if you're doing keto or carnivore, your body will kick into burning fat for fuel instead of carbs, sugars, glucose. So when you're eating fat for fuel, you'll get hungry. And like I'll tell you, the first time I ever noticed this happening to me, I was doing keto, and I'd been doing it probably a couple months. I can't remember now. Anyway, I was outside working. It was summertime, like today. And I was outside working. It was 4 o'clock. Back then I had a lot of energy too, a lot more than I do now. Got a vitamin deficiency. I got to figure out what it is. Anyway, I'm outside doing stuff and I'm like, oh, I got things I got to get done. And I thought, oh, 4 o'clock. Oh wait, I'll finish this task. And then I think it was painting because I don't want to have to put all the paint stuff away. You know, it's a pain in the butt to have to put everything away and then bring it back out again when you get back to it. So uh I kept doing what I was doing. And then I saw something else. I just started like 7 o'clock, 7:30. I'm like, oh, I was going to eat and I forgot because I hadn't ate yet that day. And it's like, I just had a little bit of hunger at 4 o'clock and it wasn't that bad. And it just went away. And what happened was my body was starting to burn fat instead of the glucose, which you need every 4 hours or so. You can go a long time without eating and not get really hungry because your body kicks in and starts burning the excess fat that you've got for fuel. And that's what happened because at 7:30, I was not really hungry. I just remembered that I hadn't eaten. It's like, oh, might as well fast today then because I'm going to bed in a few hours. I might as well not eat anything. So I didn't. But I was able to fast drinking, I was drinking water and stuff, but I was able to get a fast done with that, and it really worked. And that's if you're going to take ketones, that's the time to do it, is if you're fasting. MCT oil, um, you can buy exogenous ketones or pills or powders, things like that. And you can do that when you're fasting, and it helps. What happens when a lot of people, they lose all their mitochondria, and the ketones help build that up. I can't remember how the exact thing happens, but the ketones will help inspire that. And you won't have any ketones. So when you start taking exogenous ketones, it will help kick that into gear if you're fasting, because you don't want to do it when you've eaten, because the ketones will just shut down. Eating shuts down your ketones immediately, so you don't have the ketone boost. But like probably after I get off here, I'll be drinking, because I think I'm probably going to fast today. I might do tomorrow too. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Because the last time when I started finally losing weight was when it kicked in after 4 months of no weight loss at all. I actually had some weight gain doing carnivore. That's when I did the fast for 2 days. That's when it all kicked in. All of a sudden, finally, and I was literally afraid to believe it. I weighed myself on the scale and I went back and did it again. Now I weigh myself twice. Every morning I weigh myself twice just to make sure the scale's right. It's been right every time. So it's always exactly the same thing when I wait in the morning. But yeah, I've lost a pound and a half overnight. I went along losing quite a bit, and all of a sudden I started going up. So might have been the grapes I had yesterday, even though they're just a tiny little bit. It shouldn't have been enough to knock me out of ketosis though. But yeah, sardines, there are a lot of people, oh, they're in water. A lot of people do sardines. There's a lot of sardine fasts, and they claim, oh, it really helped. I think it's the EFAs in the fish. Get the ones with the skin on, because that's where all the EFAs are at. Heart defense. Well, they could be a heart guy and not know what they're doing. Trust me, I know that one from personal experience. What's in it? Heart defense. I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna go look up heart defense from Grundy. I've heard of him. If congestive heart failure is your main problem, you probably don't need what he's Vital Reds. Uh, Concentrated polyphenol blend. What is it? What is it? GMP certified, whatever that is. Holy cow, that's expensive. $56 for 4 ounces. What's it for? For energy, vitality, vibrant health. Let's see what's in it. Oh, there's Mr. Grundy. Plant paradox. Better digestion. Have you noticed much difference with it? Let's see ingredients. Doesn't say how much of each, but it's got lots of vitamins and stuff in it. Carrots, apple peels, grape skin. Got a lot of stuff in it. You can't take that if you're keto, I don't think, though. Might have too many. Does it have a carb list on it? Where's the carb list? Let me look. Yeah, it's very pricey. Oh, it makes you feel better. You might get out of here. I want to see what the carbs are on it. 2 grams. That's not too bad. You could take it. No, you could take this if you're keto. Yeah, you can take this if you do keto. You have to figure in your 2 grams of carbs though, because you can only have 20 a day on keto. What was the other thing you were taking? Heart defense. Let's see what heart defense is. Heart defense. That's expensive too. Good Lord. $60. Concentrated dark chocolate polyphenol blend. Is that what you're taking? Let's see. Healthy blood flow. Okay. For healthy blood flow, you want to be taking magnesium. for circulation, vitamin C. Well, it puts a good sales pitch on it. K2 for bones. K2 and D3 for bones. And if you do it, I haven't done it for a while since I started carnivore, but I just started back up again a couple days ago. I take a bioidentical, this is for women, not men, bioidentical progesterone cream from Emrita. And the K2, though, will help reverse bone loss big time. You drinking it now? Okay, this stuff, honestly, I think it's overpriced, my opinion. You don't need fiber. Omega-3s are good, but you get those from fish oil. How many servings in a box? 30. Holy Toledo, $2 a serving. It's got vitamin D3, but it's only got 200 units, which is, oh my gosh, it's a fraction. That's of a milligram. It's a teeny tiny amount. Iron, salt, iron, calcium. No K2. It's a good thing you're taking K2 separately because this has calcium with no K2. Even though the D3, there's not enough D3 in there to help you. That's not even an infant wouldn't even benefit from that. It's got a little bit of protein, fiber, 5 carbohydrates. Holy cow. Yeah, you won't be drinking that on keto. 5 carbohydrates, that's crazy. Chicory, you can buy chicory. Coffee, flaxseed. Oh, I'll tell you something about flaxseed. If it's ground up in there, you have to use flaxseed right away after it's been ground because otherwise it loses all its nutrients. Cocoa powder, chocolate flavor. Ah, it's got maltodextrin in it. You should not be drinking that. Maltodextrin's really bad. Gargum, sunflower lecithin, silicon dioxide, and organic stevia. You've got some good things, but maltodextrin needs to go. That's really, really bad. And there's quite a bit of it in there. On the ingredient list, it's pretty high up there. So you take that for energy. Oh, he's in Beverly Hills. No wonder it's so expensive. Hmm. Well, if I were you, really, because you are so ill, you have to think about what you're ingesting, obviously. And this, if this is helping you with energy, I would, because you're ill, I would definitely encourage you to do keto. Do your research on it, see what you can eat. It covers, you can have berries, you can have in moderation, like a quarter cup a day. Heavy cream, you can put heavy cream on that. And don't buy your cream at Walmart. It's got milk in it, it's got high carb, it's got carrageenan, it's got a bunch of chemicals in it. Don't buy your cream there. But butter, don't do margarine's the devil. Seed oils, get rid of all your seed oils. You can have avocado oil because it's not made from the seed, it's made from the fruit. You can have apparently olive oil because it's made from the fruit, not from the seed. So those two oils you can have. Some people allow coconut oil. It's up to the person doing it, but the seed oils will cause inflammation, severe inflammation. So if you have like mayonnaise, make your own. It's super easy to make. Super easy to make. I made it with MCT oil the other day, like I said. Um, but yeah, I would look into doing carnivore or keto, and I think you'll notice a massive improvement in your health. Help with so much stuff. I'm going back and forth. Yeah, but for your bones, K2, um, meats, the meat has collagen in it. That beef has collagen in it. Chicken, if you eat chicken, chew the ends of the bones off. That's collagen is in the cartilage. That helps too. And when I make chicken soup, my mom taught me this years ago. She said, if you're making chicken soup, throw the carcass in there, add a little bit, like a teaspoon to a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in the water when you boil it, and it pulls the nutrients out of the bones and into the broth. So you get a really nutrient dense chicken soup. But yeah, so anyway, that's something you got to try. Look into doing keto because, especially when I see somebody that's so sick, they're on a lot of drugs and stuff. It's almost always the food. People weren't like that. 20 years ago, people weren't like that. What's changed? Our food supply has changed. The toxins they allow in our food supply has changed. I think there's stuff in our food they don't even tell us about. They just do it. Fluoridated water. I mean, look at all the garbage that they're doing to us. It's pretty bad. Um, but I think that's something that needs to be done is people need to take responsibility for what's going into their mouths. Because I got to tell you, I was heavy, heavy. And I don't, everybody I talk to says, I can't believe how heavy you are. People that would be around me or live in my house, how can you be so heavy and not eat anything? They couldn't understand. Oh, I couldn't understand it. It took me decades to figure out what was going on. Decades. It's not how much you're eating, it's what you're eating. Like I said, I can eat one piece of bread a day and I'll blow up like a balloon. I'll gain hundreds of pounds doing that. Just eating one piece of bread. The toxins in that grain, if you have been under a lot of stress, especially chronic stress, food really, the toxins, these stupid flies are driving me nuts. The toxins in the food that they're put there purposely will affect your body faster than somebody. Everybody's being damaged by the food. Thin people, how many thin people do you know? How many normal from 20 years ago, normal size? How many of those do you see when you go to Walmart? You almost see none like that. Almost none. They don't have and they don't look healthy. They've got a sallow color to their skin. They're saggy. Uh, their hair looks dry. Unless you see a young kid, for the most part, people just don't look healthy anymore. And you just go through Walmart sometime when you're shopping and glance, because that's where I have to shop. I don't have money. I don't buy my meat there. I don't trust their meat unless Foster Farms. They do have Foster Farms chicken, which I semi trust right now. I do not buy anything Tyson, Smithfield, any of that stuff. I do not. And Jimmy Dean, no, it's all bad, bad, bad. They've got all kinds of crap in there that you don't want to be eating. Um, but look at what's in their carts and then look at what they look like. Correlation is really easy to figure out. What are they eating? What do they look like? And the ones that are semi-healthy, that look healthier than others, they're generally eating avocados, and you'll see what's in their cart. Some of them will have grains and stuff. People think grains are healthy because they've been told that for all their lives, right? Grains will kill me. Chronic stress most of your life. Well, there's a big part of your problem, and you're like me. Same here. You are reactive to the toxins in the food you're eating. I highly encourage you to try keto. The only thing different about keto from a regular diet is you're not eating grain, you're not eating starches, and you're not eating sugar. There are good sugar substitutes. You've got allulose. You're drinking right now, you're drinking a sugar substitute called stevia. It's in that mix that guy. He he tried to have a good product, but he's got things in there that shouldn't be in there. The maltodextrin's a big, big one. I can't believe he's put that in there. He may not, I don't know. Bad, bad, bad. It's a third ingredient is maltodextrin. It will make you gain weight and make you sick. Dr. Berg talked a little bit about it. It's bad stuff. The Smucker's sugar-free maltodextrin. You look at it, it's in all kinds of stuff. They're shoving it in and there's a few of those dextrins that they're putting in. They're all bad. The last few years you avoid stress. The biggest stressor. Do you know how I figured out how bad food was a stress? When I started keto, because I had massive stress happening around me and I was being traumatized. I couldn't handle it mentally. I was a basket case. And within the first week of eating keto, all that went away. It was the food I was eating that it was adding stress to the stress I had externally. And that light bulb came on for me. It's the food. It's the food. It's poison. The frickin' food. is causing massive damage. And I was not eating that. I didn't eat sugar. I mean, I might have something once in a while. I wasn't like a pop drinker. I didn't drink pop. Uh, I'd have milk sometimes, high sugar in it, but uh, I'd have milk sometimes. I would have French toast with bread. I would eat bread now and then. I wasn't a big bread eater, like cinnamon rolls. Maybe I'd have a cinnamon roll once a year, maybe. I just didn't eat bad food, but what I was eating was bad because it was toxic. It had toxins in it. The flour, wheat flour. I would make cookies or something. I always put less sugar in them. I'd always add a little vanilla to make them. I knew what was healthy to some degree, but I didn't realize certain foods have been so contaminated. But yeah, the stress food puts, I bet 80% of our stress that we have is from the food we eat that puts on our body. Because your body, if you took strychnine every day for how many years, do you think you'd be healthy after 5 years? No, you'd be pretty darn sick. Well, guess what? We're eating the equivalent of strychnine, in my opinion. The Roundup residue, they're spraying it on everything. Kills bugs. Something else that kills bugs. You want to know what kills bugs? Put a little couple drops of Dawn liquid soap in a spray bottle, shake it up and spray an ant with it. It kills it instantly. What's in Dawn? You putting your hands in that water? Are you? Your hands soak things up. Your skin soaks things up. Take a raw piece of garlic or onion and smush it and put it in your sock and see how long it takes you to taste that. Your body absorbs that stuff. I don't I use rubber gloves when I walk with Dawn. It scares me to think that that stuff's in everybody's house. Uh, and it works good for cutting grease. Well, it also kills ants on contact. So, yeah, the biggest stressor you're going to have is what you're putting in your mouth. That is going to make or break your health. Undoubtedly, 100%. I absolutely believe that because of experience, from experience. You've got to be so careful. So anyway, yeah, and it's just you can do it. You just have to put your foot down. Like I said, with keto, there are so many recipes and things out there for keto now. When I first started, it was pretty plain Jane. 7 years ago, there were a few things out there. Keto ice cream. They have a fantastic recipe for keto ice cream, you guys. I'll show you. I've got it. I've got it. I made this, and it's really good. You eat raw garlic. I'd have to be really, really hungry to eat that. Oh Lordy. I can't even have the powdered garlic. It makes me it's just like it gags me. I stopped eating garlic. I used to cook a lot before I started doing keto. I cooked an awful lot and I would like if I was making a steak, I would put fresh garlic and butter and then fry the steak in that or do whatever. And I quit eating garlic for a year and I don't even know why, but I did. And next thing I know, oh, I couldn't even stand the smell of it. So this is Black Tie Kitchen, his ice cream recipe. It's really good. I suggest you have an ice cream maker. You don't have to have an ice cream maker. All it does is it's just a churn. Allulose, you can get that at on Amazon. I didn't use the protein isolate. On carnivore, they have whey powder stuff, but it's not it's not very clean, so they don't use it. So I don't. If I use the allulose, salt, I had to buy locust bean gum and guar gum. I got to tell you, they are very integral to this recipe. You have to have them because it makes all the difference. It keeps the ice cream. It's just like what you buy in the store. It's softish. It's not rock hard when you get it out of the freezer. Part of that is the allulose. When you bake with allulose, it keeps it'll help brown. Like if you're going to make keto cookies or bread, you want to put a little bit of allulose in there. It'll help it brown. Because if you use like, what's the other sweetener? Not xylitol, erythritol. If you use erythritol, it won't brown. But this stuff will help keep it soft and help it brown. Locust bean gum and guar gum give it a nice tongue sensation. Ice cream is smooth and creamy. That gives that smooth and creamy. That xanthan gum helps hold it together. Heavy cream, water, 2 egg yolks, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then you can do the drops of liquid stevia or do whatever. There are flavored stevias that are really good. And you just mix all these up. He shows you how to do it in his video. But it's a really good recipe. Super good recipe. I'll put the link out there for you guys. So if you're going to do keto and you want, some people have this for breakfast on carnivore, but they don't have the, what don't they put in there? I don't think they use these gums, which is, I don't care. I want to, if I'm going to eat ice cream, and they don't put sweetener in carnivore, but I have been using stevia the whole time in my carnivore journey, and I don't care. I'm going to use it because I'm not going to eat ice cream that's not sweet. That's just that's just cruel and unusual punishment. Okay. Here. Garlic is, well, it depends. Garlic is healthy. Depends. Health, what does it do? Some people claim it does certain things, but if you can live without it, then I mean, it's just one of those things. Like I'm learning a lot having done carnivore, what is really necessary for health and what is not, what's peripheral. Fiber does not help. Fiber is not something that helps digestion. It actually can cause problems. It can cause diverticulitis. It can cause Crohn's disease. It can cause a lot of things. A lot of these illnesses, they go away when you start doing carnivore and keto. Let's see, where am I here? Don't want to share anymore. So that's a good recipe. Let me just pop through here real quick. What's this? Oh, it's my murder mystery. I don't want to lose that. Here's his video that he did. If you want to watch him make it, this is his video. I'll give you the link to that too. Super easy to make. I'm never going off keto. After the oh, there are plenty of other antibiotics out there. I use silver hydrosol. But I've heard things about it over time. I know there are garlic pills, which I've taken in the past. But you don't have to have it. But doing carnivore is interesting. I'm not going to be on it for life. I don't want to be on it for life. And very few people do stick with it for life. Some people, it depends. But if they're addicted to sugar, some women or men that are addicted to sugar will do carnivore and never go off because they can't have one bit of sweetness in their mouth, or they just go crazy and want to eat everything with sugar in it. And I'm not like that, thank God. So anyway, let's see what's here. Okay. Carnivore French fries. Probably not that good. Probably not that good. I'm just guessing. Probably not that good. Um, One carb brownies. These are keto. A lot of these foods are being improved, and the more recent the recipe, the better they are. Oh, I don't like raw garlic. I hate it. I can't stand the smell of it. If somebody eats it and I'm anywhere near, like my sister loves garlic, and I get near her and she's eating garlic, I about gag. I literally about gag. So yeah, there are a lot of good keto recipes. So you won't dislike keto. You will probably dislike carnivore to some degree. You can adjust. You can make your own jerky, which I've done, but a lot of carnivore, every all carnivore stuff is keto, but not all keto is carnivore. So anyway, yeah, I'd highly suggest you guys try it and then keep a diary. Just like have a calendar or something. But the diary is good because you can write down how you feel. How do you feel the day you start it, before you even eaten anything keto or carnivore? How do you feel? Does your back hurt? Do you have bone on bone issues in your knees or your hip? Do you get migraines? Do you have skin problems? Do you have digestion issues? Write all these things down. And then as time goes by, write down when there's an improvement. I do guarantee you 100% you will have improvements, big improvements. Let me see. Let me pop in a keto recipes. You will have health improvements. I know that when I first started, took me, oh, the second night, I was sleeping like I had never slept in my life. I slept like a log. Yeah, it was so nice. Okay, chaffles. Those are a staple. You can make sandwiches out of them, do all kinds of things. Um, I don't know what this is, but it's so yummy and easy, he says. Butter, chocolate. I think this is calling your name, Leanne. I'll betcha. It's a short one. Let's see what it is. So this is keto. This is not carnivore. This is keto. Let's check out what he's got. Coconut oil, cocoa. He's making fudge. He's making fudge. Vanilla. Thank God vanilla's come down in price at Costco. It was $30 a bottle. Now it's back down to like 8 or 9. Salt. Ouch. And the funny thing is, even though I haven't eaten anything like this in 5 months, it's like, oh, this probably tastes good, but it's not tempting to me. That's one good thing about carnivores. You lose the temptation for certain foods after a while. Yuck. I would not put nuts in that. That'd be just gross. It's like eating beetles. Gross. I like nuts and I like sweet, but I don't like them together. Yeah, he's making fudge. Yeah, chaffles are good. See something like this. This is keto. You can eat this on keto. And I guarantee it's going to taste pretty good. If you like fudge, you're going to like it. Yes. He's Dr. Stan. Oh, I've watched him before. Stan somebody. Can't think of his last name. Stan Ekberg. Yeah. So it's not as restrictive as you think. And if you're a vegan, do not do keto. I think it's a really bad idea. Carnivore is what you need. Keto flour, haven't heard about that one yet. Best keto ice cream. They all have a good ice cream recipe. This guy tends to have good things. What's his name? Victor Prince. He does a good job explaining and entertaining. She was keto and stopped, and then she gained weight, and I think she went back to it. Low carb love. And she did pretty good with her. She's really pretty. Air fryer meals, keto chaffle. This guy, Wes, he's a goofball, but he sometimes has good recipes too. He does the battles. What he does is he tries different recipes and tells you which one he thinks are best. Hi, Teresa, how are you doing? You still losing weight? Keto appetizers are handy. You can do onion rings by cutting up onions. You can't eat too many onions because they got a lot of sugar in them. And then dipping them in egg wash and panko, which is pork rinds. I like pork rinds better than panko. A lot better. Um, Pizza chaffles. Look at all the stuff you can eat on keto. It's awesome. Now, don't fall for the bagel thing. You're never going to get a bagel that's keto unless it looks like it, but it's not going to have that chewy pull. Yeah, it's not going to be the same. But if you're on keto a long time and you want something different, then do it, not expecting it to be exactly like a bagel, and you'll like it. It'll be more bready. It's not going to be like or more like a cake donut. Excuse me, kind of yeah, see, that's a cakey, crumbly thing. That's not a real chia chocolate baked pudding last night. Yeah, chia seeds you can have on this, but if you've got digestive problems or diverticulitis or anything like that, chia seeds are not a good idea. They'll rip you up. What the chia seeds thicken it. It's a thickener. What she eats in a day. Now she's what I want to be, about 135. I used to be that in high school and I liked it. Dump and go easy cooker, keto meals. This gal's good too. Keto focus. I like her. He has some good recipes. Oh, well, this guy here, he cracks me up. Keto soda bread recipe. Now, if he shows you a picture like that looks really nice, it didn't turn out looking like that. Something I learned about him is he'll take a picture offline somewhere when his actual results turn out looking like crap. So you can't expect it to look like what he's showing, but he does do good recipes. He's learning. He started doing keto recently. And this carnivore pasta made with eggs. So it's very eggy, but you can do it. So yeah, there are a lot of keto desserts, 10 keto desserts. There's keto bread that is very much like I've made it many times. I always added yeast to it so that it would taste like bread because otherwise it doesn't really have that bready taste. but you can make sandwiches with it. You can make buns. You can make it into buns instead of bread. It's a good recipe, and it's made the rounds. Keto peanut butter cookies, if you want, yeah, dipping it in chocolate. See all this keto fettuccine? Yes, I've made keto fettuccine. Um, so yeah, she cottage cheese bowls. Yeah, cottage cheese is a new big thing in keto. And zoodles. I found that taking zucchini and using a spiralizer to make it into spiral noodles. I like that. You boil it until it's still got its form. It's a little bit of bite to it, not all the way cooked through, and use that for spaghetti noodles with a keto spaghetti sauce recipe. And drain them really good because they have a lot of water in them. Drain them and then put butter on them and put the spaghetti sauce. I like those better than macaroni. Yeah, they do have keto wraps. They're usually eggs. You can make your own. Just have a nonstick pan and there are lots of recipes for that. These gals here are pretty good. Keto twins. They do eat dirty keto. They eat things like sometimes they'll have something that might have maltodextrin in it, but I've noticed that they did gain weight for a while and they when their dad died and they started losing it again because of stress. Stress will make you gain weight, guys. If you're like under a lot of stress lifelong like I am. A little bit of stress will make you gain weight. But yeah, she's these guys are really good. They're funny. That must be old. Oh yeah, 8 years ago. His older recipes aren't any good. I didn't care for him that much. But that's back when keto was first starting. I have been on keto for 8 years because I remember this video. Cheeseburger mozzarella sticks. Yeah, that would work. That is cooking with Dave. He uses Chat GPI to make his recipes. Sometimes they turn out. Oh yeah, there are keto bakeries, Teresa. There's actually a gal, what's her name? She actually will give you recipes for keto baked goods. She has a keto bakery. That looks pretty good. Uh Fluffy Chaffle Battle. Where is Oh, this guy here. This guy's really good. What I like about him, how old is that? 3 years ago. I was gonna say I don't remember him with a beard. He will do comparisons and he does blood glucose monitoring. So he can tell you how these things affect his system. And he's doing 4 breads reviewed. And these are keto breads. And he'll tell you if they're junk or not. And they're junk. They're all junk. You need to make your own. Well, and there's Courtney. She has a carnivore cookbook I just bought. It's pretty good, actually. Oh, Teresa, I'm so sorry. You buried your sister. Was she saved, I hope? I'm so sorry. A lot of people passing away. Mm. Yeah, I'll find that gal for you. This tortillas, yeah, they're okay. They're okay. I think I tried these. No eggs. That doesn't even look good. Oh, and I did make this bread. Yeah, so I've been doing keto 8 years. I can't believe it. These videos that they used to do were really cute. His wife and him are really funny together. But I made the bread. Wow, he's a goofball, a lot different than he is on air. I made this bread and I had my mom over for keto soup and bread, and she loved that bread. She couldn't believe it didn't have any flour in it. She went bonkers. She really liked it. She was saved. Yes, good. You know what? You might have buried her body, but her soul is in heaven, her spirit's in heaven, and she is one happy camper. I honestly think that when we go, we blink, and one for a split second we're here, and the next second we're in heaven. I don't think it's like a long drawn out thing for the people that transition. Some people they talk about seeing people in the room when they're dying. They see friends and family, people that they didn't even know in real life that were ancestors. They see people in the room with them, literally see them. I think there's that God does that to help people feel better, to keep them from being afraid. But I hate to say it, but it's a terrible loss for you, just like I lost my kitty. I just have to believe he's in heaven, and that makes me feel better to know that he's up there waiting for me. It's a comfort. It's a big comfort to know that God, absent with the body, is present with the Lord. And how much better can life get than that? Oh, you used to watch them cook together? Yeah, they're fun. They were fun. But this, yeah, I used to watch all his videos. I wish he had more time to do them because they were really funny together. He looks a lot younger there. That was only 8 years ago. He's aged quite a bit. I don't know. He must have had some rough times going on. This is Chris Cooking Nashville. He does carnivore and he does keto. And we were supposed to do a collab together, and I never got it. I just didn't haven't have time to do it. So, let's see, where is he? Serious Keto. He has, I like his site because if you're wondering if something is good, he tests a lot of things. A legit keto crust. He'll tell you like the chaffles. I learned some really good chaffle tricks from him. An Oreo chaffle that tasted like the Oreo cookie. It was so good. It's just a black chocolate. You can buy the powder, but it's kind of expensive. Chaffle experiments, yeah, like right here. And yeah, he's really good. He tells you exactly what he thinks. He does some interesting things. He's such a guy. Bacon wrapped sausage. I don't think that would be even that good, but it shows you how to make taco shells and carnivore tortillas and keto crispy rice. And they quit making the ingredients, so you can't buy it anymore because it was like you could make marshmallow cream in keto. You can do caramel with keto. And yeah, it's just chocolate Twinkies. I mean, he's got all kinds of stuff on here. I'll put the link out there because I really like him a lot. He's got I like his t-shirts. He's got a very dry sense of humor. His t-shirts are almost, oh, it's funny. I don't know where he gets them all. He must make some of them up. So yeah, he's a good one. But do keto. I mean, if you're thinking about doing carnivore, it's good to step up into keto first and see how you deal with it. Yeah, carnivore, the main thing you do, I made taco meat. I made my own taco seasoning the other day, so I knew what was in it. It was pretty good. I need to put more salt in it, but I made my own taco seasoning. Because you think about it, Taco Bell has, I mean, they make their own seasoning somewhere. So I'll make my own. And I did, and I just mixed hamburger with it and ate it like that. And since I'm not eating dairy right now, I quit a month ago. Uh, that's what else I was doing that I noticed. I started doing the aspirin, started doing papaya leaf tea, salt in the morning, and I quit eating dairy, even butter. I haven't been eating much butter either. So it's like all the combination of that and the 2 days of fasting seem to have kicked in some weight loss for me. We'll see. Yeah, if I don't lose weight in the next day or two, I'll probably do another 2 day fast. But so you could make these and roll them up and maybe even deep fry them with the hamburger or shred some steak. What do you call it? Like the chuck roast. Shred it and put that in there and make what do they call those things? They're really good. I made them once down in California. I made like probably 5 dozen of them, and they were gone by evening. Taquitos, like taquitos, cottage cheese, keto bowls. Yeah, so there's a lot. There are a lot of keto things like uh cabbage rolls, keto cabbage rolls. You don't eat rice. Rice is not on the diet, but oh, the low carb cinnamon roll. It's not going to be bready, but it's going to have the flavor. Don't put your expectations too high with that's one thing I never people didn't tell me when I started um keto was not to get your expectations too high on certain things. Anything bready is not going to be exactly the same. So this keto rice here is um cauliflower. And the trick to that is like this thing here, uh, is the keto twins said you take it's the reason I bought a nonstick pan. You take your riced cauliflower and you saute it in a nonstick pan with no butter, no oil. You just put it's just cauliflower. Excuse me. You put it in the pan, you saute it until all the steam stops coming out. And when the steam stops coming out, it's done. And then it loses all of its nasty cauliflower flavor. So you can use it then for a rice. It's a fair rice substitute. Radishes. My sister hates radishes, but you can cook them. Like I put them in my clam chowder. And when they're cooked, like you put them in like a potato and they cook and they hold their shape and they pick up the taste of this, but they don't taste like radishes. They kind of taste like potatoes. And they don't get all mushy like potatoes do. You know how they get kind of gritty and mushy? The radishes don't. They hold their shape like a red potato does. And so they're a good substitute for like a stew. Most people won't even know that it's a radish. It depends. Yeah, it can work, Teresa. Some people, I know it helps with hormones to have the fat, butter, or like bacon. A lot of people like, was it butter makes your pants fall off? That was the first I ever heard about keto. That I always thought that was funny. That guy saying butter made my pants fall off. Now, what's he talking about? Because they were all taught to be fat phobic in this country. You know, it's the exact opposite of what we should have been taught. Cloud bread, you can't do much with that. It's just kind of like a meringue almost. It's okay. It's okay, but so you see, there's all kinds. This gal here, she doesn't salt anything, just so you know. Her food looks good, but she doesn't salt anything. I tried some of her stuff and I had to salt it. This is what this little skinny girl eats right here. This is her dinner. A lot of food. Pizza. Oh, this guy's pretty good. Thomas DeLauer. He's got some interesting stuff. I don't purposely poke holes in my body for blood or anything else. But this gal here, Maria, I like her. She's nice. Um, this is a month ago. I watched this when she put it out. She got too skinny, and I always thought she was way too skinny. Even when she lived in Hawaii, she was too skinny. Um, so I watched her. She had some good recipes. She did a keto ice cream too that was really good. But she finally a month ago realized she was way too skinny. She actually was passing out and had to take her to the hospital. She was just like anorexic, not really anorexic, but kind of. It was a mental problem with her. And she um, decides she's going to start gaining weight, which, of course, for anybody that's ever been overweight and finally lost weight is a phobia to have to gain weight, freak you out. But she had to get over that. But it was interesting to watch her. Very interesting. Maria Emmerich. She had good recipes, though. But people were kind of making fun of her and stuff. Oh, what a bunch of creeps out there. Keto pancakes, baked zucchini sticks. They might be all right. They don't look that good, though. Flaxseed crackers. Yeah, probably not. Probably not keto. Keto burger secret, low carb. But she does a lot of recipes. Just have to make sure that they are. She'll tell you how many carbs are in them. She split up with her boyfriend, who was a lot older than her, and she has a different kitchen now. But most of her stuff is okay. Most of her stuff is okay. Low carb tuna and cucumber. That would be good. So there's a lot. I mean, look at this. Keto has a ton of recipes that you can get. Keto lasagna. Well, I made something. What was it? I made something that I thought would be a good lasagna substitute. Can't remember what it was. About a month ago. I haven't really been making stuff since I went carnivore. Um, but it would be a good lasagna. They've got lots of subs. The more you do it, the more you'll figure it out. No bake Reese's bars. So let's go to carnivore. I'm not really hungry. Oh, yuck. Keto pralines. They look like beetles. They look like beetles, and she's eating them. I know people like it though. Come on, get up there. So for carnivore recipes, you're very, very much restricted. Oh, that was so be it. I keto recipes. That's why I didn't get the ones turning up that I wanted to see. Carnivore recipes. Homestead How. He's like the big guy now. He just started this a year and a half ago, and he's already a big. Look at him, how much he's changed. Big influencer. Jill knows him. He organizes all these meetings. He's doing a documentary. He's a busy boy. This gal here, she has good stuff. She has a problem. Her husband couldn't lose weight on carnivore, and she couldn't figure out why. Her husband, that poor man, I have to think is probably a uh, vitamin or mineral deficiency with him, but she lost weight and he didn't. And he was actually starving himself 2 weeks at a time, 2 weeks out of a month. He's not eating anything. He's just drinking water, which I think is insane. I wouldn't even do carnivore if that's what it took. I'd be like, screw that. It's not worth it. So if he's not even eating a stick of food for half a year at a time, yikes, are you kidding me? But anyway, she's got good stuff though. She got really good information. I don't know if she's a nurse. I can't remember. But some people get a little bit too much. The carnivore thing is like, am I eating too much? Am I not eating enough? Just eat when you're hungry. Even though I was an under eater, when I went back to that, it's also on losing weight. New low nickel diet. Don't know. Pizza puff. Chris Cooking Nashville does a lot of carnivore recipes, but you have to be careful because sometimes he does others. You have to know. Meatball bake. I've done that. That one was really good. Really good. And this is stuff you can serve people. I mean, it's good tasting foods. And they eat other stuff, so 6 recipes for carnivore. But I highly recommend you do keto first. And if all of your health issues clear up, good for you. You don't have to do carnivore. But if they don't, carnivore is where you go from there. And I would start carnivore after keto, while you're doing keto, with a 2-day fast, and then do carnivore. I think that will help clean you out. So yeah, there's lots of good food out there. Toppy, I watched this one. They were all boring. They were boring recipes. Sorry, but they were boring. See, that's kind of like that looks good to me. That looks like it's got cheese or something on it, but $3 carnivore tacos with 2 ingredients. Yeah, her food is very bland, actually. She doesn't put a lot of seasonings, but that's how she eats. So, and a lot of people are like that. This gal here, Laura Plath, I can't remember her last name. She lost a lot of weight, and she's made some pretty good recipes too. Carnivore cheesecake. Yeah, carnivore for $5 a day. I don't eat $5 worth of food a day. I know that. Air fryer comes in handy, big time. Carnivore breakfast recipes. So yeah, you got lots. I mean, you have a lot fewer options. Laura Spath, that's her name. A lot fewer options on carnivore. But the nice thing is, if you have a lot of food noise where you keep thinking about, oh, I want this, you have cravings. Oh, I just want a Hershey's. I just want to. If you have that going on, do carnivore, and that stuff all goes away. You don't have where you're constantly thinking about food. I remember when I was skinny, um, I was eating horrible, not really horribly. I was eating like a can of green beans for supper with, I was starving myself is what I was doing. But I'd be thinking during the day, oh, I just want this. I want vanilla pudding. I want vanilla pudding. Oh, I can't have it. I can't have it. I want it so bad. And that's all I could think about all day. Or I'd be eating supper and thinking what I was going to have for breakfast. The food noise was nuts. It's normal because if you're not getting the nutrients you need, that's why, because your body is screaming for nutrients. And maybe with vanilla pudding, it was calcium and other whatever's in vanilla. There's something in there that I needed. So my body was craving it like crazy. And it was all I could do not to go buy some or binge or whatever. It's because my body needed what was in there. There was some little tiny component and it knew what was in there, but it would eat all the other junk to get to that one nutrient that I needed. So that really leads to overeating by people who don't understand why they're not hungry, but they're just wanting to eat, and that's part of it. Oh, on keto, I think you can have most nuts. I think there are some that have some carbs to them. I think macadamia nuts are good. No, let's go look it up. Let's go look it up. Let's see if it'll give us an option. Variety varies widely. Oh wow. Yeah, it does. I was thinking pecans were one of them. Uh, almonds have 9 carbs per ounce. That's a lot. And I know cashews were bad. Peanuts are 6, hazelnuts 7, pistachios 8, macadamia nuts, yeah, so they're 5 per ounce. Brazil nuts are 4. Brazil nuts have lots of selenium in them. They're pretty good. Cons are 4. So yeah, so if you can only have 20 carbs a day and 1 ounce is not that much, your estimates. Oh, this is AI crap. Okay, carb counts vary widely among nuts from 1 gram of net carbs per ounce to over 8 in cashews. So if you had an ounce of cashews, you'd only have 12 carbs left for your whole day's eating. There's net carbs and there's fiber offsets carbs, according to some. And I did do that offset. If you do net carbs, which net carbs are carbs after fiber is deducted, how many grams of fiber is deducted. Some people can't do that. They have to do gross carbs, which would be on this line here. But if you deduct your fiber, you can have a little bit more if that's how you're going to do your keto. So anyway, yeah. Keto's a good thing. It cuts out most of the toxins. Do not eat keto bread, store packaged keto bread, buns, biscuits, any of that. It's all got wheat in it. Check the label. If you do keto, you're gonna be reading labels. You're gonna be a pro on labels. They put wheat in all kinds of stuff where it doesn't belong. Ice cream. There is wheat in some ice cream. I was looking at a label, don't ask me why, but I happened to I was freeze drying ice cream because I was selling it. And I just happened to look on the back of the package and it was like, oh my gosh, this has wheat in it. Excuse me. And it was like the 5th ingredient. Why would you put wheat in ice cream? They're sticking that garbage in everything because they know it's really bad for you. So yeah, you can have some nuts it's like fruit. With fruit, you can have berries, you can have strawberries, blueberries, boysenberries, but you can only have a quarter of a cup a day because of the carbs in them. You have to know what the carb count is and then offset that from your daily amount. But yeah, I'd put frozen blueberries in a little cup and put some stevia drops in there and then add some vanilla or add some cream and mix it up really quick. And then it would freeze and it would be like ice cream. You could chunk it up and chew it. It was good. So keto is not as restrictive. People say that carnivore is restrictive and that you only have animal-based products that you can consume, but it makes it easier to buy what you need to buy in a grocery store. You're just in a grocery store for like 10 minutes and you're done. Yeah, Laura Spouse, she seems like she's nice. But yeah, they've got all kinds of stuff in here. All kinds, all kinds. So if you're going to think about doing that, I highly encourage you. Yep, fillers, exactly. Cream's expensive, so they put things in that are not expensive. I'm trying to decide if I want to. What time is it? 1:30? I think what time I ate yesterday. I don't remember. I decided if I want to go another couple hours and do my fast. It's easy when I can't think of anything good to eat. Nothing sounds good. I don't have any beef. I want beef. I need my beefs. I had pork chop last night. What time did I eat that? 5? Probably. So they do a lot of times with carnivore and ketos, you'll do intermittent fasting, which is just a window of eating where you eat only for between a couple of hours in a day. Like you can do 18 hours of fasting with 6-hour eating window, which is that's easy to do. You just eat your breakfast at noon and your supper at 6. And no snacking. You don't do snacking because what happens when you do keto and carnivore, it normalizes your blood sugar. Because when you eat something, sometimes I wonder if you smell something it doesn't raise your blood sugar. But when you eat something, no matter like if it's just one thing, like one grape or one potato chip or one piece, one olive, your blood sugar will go up. But when you're not eating, that the big thing is I've never been much of a snacker, which is good, but you don't snack and it keeps your blood sugar level and that helps your body heal because the sugar in your blood impedes healing. Um, and it also damages, causes lots of oxidative damage. It's funny, when you eat, you can raise your sugar and harm your body, but when you don't eat, you can actually repair your body. I think that opposition thing is very interesting. It seems to be woven into the universe, something God put out there. So, geez, how long have I been? Oh my gosh, I've been almost 2 hours. I'll go another 5 minutes and I'll be done. I got lots I gotta do. You keep craving steak and pork chops. Well, you need the protein probably. The steak is really, yeah, grab it and eat it. Eat it. You know, you know, on something like this, if you're craving it, eat it because your body needs something out of it. Steak, beef is the most nutrient dense food you can eat, and it's got everything in it apparently because people have been eating beef for 15 years and nothing else, and they're still alive, and they look pretty good. Pork chops. I had a pork chop last night for dinner. I'm losing my taste for pork big time, and somewhat for chicken too. I think I'll have chicken when I break my fast though. Can't remember if I ate at 5. I don't remember. But I'm talking about food and looking at food, and my mouth keeps watering. So I must be. I don't feel like I'm not got like. I'm so hungry. I'm not. I don't have that. I'm like I could eat something. I feel like I should eat something. So I haven't been drinking water while I've been doing this either. Because I'm usually drinking. I got in the habit of doing. I never used to drink water or anything, and I do overdo it on the soda and salsa water. I drink the Zevia with stevia in it. And I was drinking 2 cans a day, and I'm like, oh geez, man, I got to cut back on that. So I didn't have any. I just had water yesterday, or was it the day before? Cut back off of that because I like right now when it's warm, I like the pop. I love KFC and I think it said original recipe and a chicken thigh has 6 carbs. Wow. Um, it's in the crunch, the outside. You can get the baked chicken, but the crunch is the fun part, isn't it? You can make your own. Um, the spices that they use on the KFC have been out for a while. Get the spices, make your own seasoning, and then if you're gonna do if you are doing keto, well, the thing is with that, Teresa, is it's got flour in it. You've got wheat product and probably maltodextrin for flavor and MSG. You've got those things in that coating on that chicken. So when you eat it, you may get a headache. You may get acid reflux. That's a biggie for me when I eat stuff like that. I get the acid reflux from the Roundup on the wheat. You get either pull the skin off of it, which you really want to eat the skin, but the crunch you can't. That's the poison part. But you can make your own by just taking raw chicken, um, or you can even pre parboil it first, and then roll it in some egg wash, and then the pork rinds, the crushed up pork rinds. They call it pork panko, I think, on Amazon, and roll it in that. But what I do is I season the pork rinds before I roll it. I'll put all the seasoning in that, the salt, the herbs, all that stuff goes in the pork rinds, and I mix it all up. Then I roll the chicken in it, and then I bake it in the air fryer, and it gives it a nice crunchy coating that's really good. And that might be enough that you don't you can treat yourself to a thing, just be aware when you eat. That's what I did. If I went off the reservation and ate something I shouldn't, I was very aware. I made sure that, okay, how do I feel half hour after I eat? Am I tired? Am I sluggish? Do I feel kind of weird? An hour later, how do I feel? And then a couple hours later, how am I feeling? Because usually it takes 2 hours for your normal blood sugar to come down, but not everybody's does. Sometimes it'll stay up. How do I feel? Did I get acid reflux? Do I have a headache? Do I feel groggy? Do I want to sleep? Um, do I feel twitchy? Do I feel, think about how you feel after you eat it, And that was a big factor in helping me not to go off the reservation so often and eat something I shouldn't eat because I would feel so awful. And sometimes it would last a day or two too, which was really, really something. But yeah, I mean, I can't say I never treated myself once in a while. And I did. I mean, if you feel like eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, do it. And then if you get another hankering for it, try making it yourself and see how you do. You might be surprised at how good a chicken you can make. What time is it? Okay, I got 1 more minute left. And I'm gonna peel out of here. I got so much I got to do, and it's nice. It's 88 degrees there. Let me see if what my real one says. Getting warm. I'm really sorry about your sister again. I'll pray for you that God brings you comfort because the good thing is you have assurance that she's gone to. I mean, she's on vacation. Yeah, 89 degrees. She's on vacation. She's in the best place she could possibly go, and she's probably thinking, God, I wish Teresa was here. She'd just love it. Oh my gosh, she would love it here. And you'll be there soon. Oh, nurse here. Okay. Goodbye, Leanne. Thanks for being here. Good talking to you. Let me know how things go for you with the extra magnesium. I'm out of here anyway. It's been 2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah, I can see in my face on my video. I've lost a little bit of weight, not so much under here, but in my face, I'm noticing a little bit of weight loss. That's good. Anyway, I'm gonna peel out of here, you guys, and let you go. You guys have a great holiday weekend. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but have fun and be safe and God bless. And I will be talking to you again next week, next Saturday. Hopefully, I've lost some more weight by then. If not, I'll probably have to tuck a 2-day fast in there. So, anyway, think about doing keto. Way easier than carnivore, but I mean, you have to know stuff. You have to learn. There's a learning curve to it, but you'll feel so much better. Aches and pains, all stuff goes away. Carnivore got rid of all my aches and pains, everything. I don't have the aches and pains I used to have. Pretty nice. So, anyway, ta ta for now. See you next.